y'all? Welcome back to the channel. So y'all getting a two for one today because I know I've been slacking and I'm trying to catch up a little bit. Okay. So this is just gonna be, I guess, my pregnancy, my birth story time. Like I said, y'all, it's a lot of stuff that I did not upload at the end, and I don't think I am gonna upload it just because I don't want to rehash those feelings. I am currently in a happy space, a more positive space than I was before I had my baby, and then right after I had my baby. This pregnancy definitely hit differently. It took a toll on my body physically and mentally, and we're going to get into all of that. So if you all do not know, I had my baby boy on December the 2nd of 2022. He ended up being a low birth rate baby, even though I carried him full term. I was 39 weeks when I went in for my C-section. I had a C-section because I've had 2 prior C-sections, and it's just too much scar tissue, in my opinion, for me to vaginally push out. And then I really had a traumatic experience when I was delivering my first son, and I just didn't want to go through that with any of my other children, so I've opted each time to have a C-section. Now, if y'all want to think that's a cop-out, go ahead, but I did what was best for me and my children in my mind. You know what I'm saying? So, camera cut off. I'm sorry. We don't even know where I was at, but let's just rewind my entire pregnancy back. So me and my last son's dad, we started talking in December of 2021. Okay. And I got pregnant in March of 2022. Me getting pregnant was traumatic in itself because I did not want any more kids. I contemplated heavy on aborting my baby. But in the moment, good night. In the moment, his dad assured me that this pregnancy would be different because I had told him about, my past experiences with Kendall's dad. As y'all know, that pregnancy was hell on wheels. And I just didn't want to go through any of that anymore. And he assured me that this time would be better, be different. He wasn't like that, this, that, and the third. But I'm just going to let y'all know. This last pregnancy was the worst pregnancy I've ever had. Like, ever. So, got pregnant or whatever. And I guess for about a couple months it was okay. It was okay, but roughly around like July, August, he started treating me differently, and it was like the simple things that I'm telling you that I need, you're blatantly not giving it to me, thinking that, oh, I'm pregnant, so she's just gonna stick around. No, I'm not doing that. I did that with Kendall's dad because I wanted our family to work, but this time I knew I wasn't going down that road because the whole deal with Kendall's dad really messed with me mentally, and I didn't want that to happen or whatever. So around August, I kind of just fell back. I ended up taking my maternity pictures by myself. I'll insert my maternity pictures, but I also have a whole video of me getting ready for those and things like that. That was in September. I did a second shoot when he was supposed to be in it, but we ended up arguing, and he didn't want to be in it anyway. You could tell he didn't want to be in it anyway. But I did a second shoot, and it was just me and my kids. We had a wonderful time. And after that, that was pretty much it. Like, I pretty much called it quits after that, and that was September. I asked him not to come to doctor's appointments because I just felt like it was awkward. It was stressful, and I was already battling depression during pregnancy. I felt ways that I've never felt while pregnant before. I didn't feel connected to my baby. None of that. So, coming up to my last appointment, he asked if he could be there, and I was just like, okay, whatever. But up until my last appointment, he hadn't asked about the baby. He hadn't asked about times for my surgery or anything like that. And I was standing on it. If he didn't ask, I wasn't gonna tell, because why should I have to always inform you? This is your child too. But we're gonna get to all that. So my last appointment, he came. The doctor spoke to him like he would speak to me. And so at that last appointment, which was literally like 4 days before my C-section, he found out where my C-section was going, the time, and all this other stuff. Cool. So the day of surgery, my mom went in the room with me because, like I said, I didn't feel comfortable with this man. And in the surgery room, like, yeah, you don't want anything bad to happen. But if anything bad happens, I'd rather my mom be in there with me. You know what I'm saying? Rather than this man, that I don't feel like I know anymore. So my mom was in there. Again, he came out to be he came out to be 5 pounds, 6 ounces, which is not what he was supposed to be. It's funny because my cousin actually delivered her baby a day before, and she was only 34 weeks pregnant, and her baby was 5 pounds, 7 ounces. So I had 5 weeks on her, and my baby was smaller than her baby, if y'all would just want to take that into consideration. So being that he was on the small side, they had to come in every 3 hours to measure his blood sugar or whatever. And I did let his dad stay overnight the first 2 nights. But the first 2 nights, I got no sleep. I got no help from his dad. And the third night, I was just like, I don't want to deal with it. So the third night, that's the thing. So he would leave during the day. He'll be gone all day, and he would come back at nighttime. But at nighttime, he would either just be on his phone or he would just sleep. And I'm like, so what are you here for? Like, if I'm doing all the feeding, all the changing, all the stand up with him, getting up with him, and I just had major surgery, like, what are you here for? So while he was out, I asked him not to come back that night because I just wanted my peace. I wanted to try to regain some kind of sanity back because it was really bothering me that he was there. But for the sake of our baby, I decided to let him be there. This man called me selfish and said that he wanted a DNA test. My baby wasn't his. And the DNA test did not hurt me. It's the way that you came about it. Because if you want a DNA test, why are you just not saying this? You could have said this at the last appointment. You could have said this the day he was born. But you wait until I tell you that I don't want you at the hospital the last day because you're not helping me. You're not even acknowledging the fact that you're not helping me. You're trying to put everything on me. So I was like, okay. Oh, whatever. I was like, that's fine. Um, and in the midst of all this, he brings his family into it, like his sisters and his aunts and his mom and all this stuff. And I'm just like, really? Like, that's another reason why I would never be with you, because you so dependent on them. Like, so instead of you telling me how you feel, you tell them how you feel, but it's about me. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. We're both grown adults that have a child. Why would you run to them about any of our problems? You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just the icing on the cake for me. Like, that was the end all be all for me. So, he wanted to wait to do the DNA test. Let me make sure. He wanted to wait to do the DNA test, and I was like, why wait? Why? Might as well get it over with. So I came home that Monday, and I made him bring the DNA test over. And I swabbed my baby, and I left it at that. So then the results come back. And of course, my baby is yours. Like, I have no need to lie or try to pin a baby on you. Like, who really wants to pin a third baby on another man? Like, if I could have, I would have had 3 kids by only 2 men, not 3. But that's besides the point, because I have 3 kids by 3 different men. So, yeah. And I have not forgiven him for that. So I'm still harboring those feelings, and I know I need to let that go. But it's just like, you could have went about that so many different ways. You know, if that's how you felt. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like all that could have been handled a whole lot differently, and we could have been in a better space mentally for our son. So yeah, so with that added, and then it was like my mom stayed 2 weeks, and she helped me out a lot with my oldest. Kendall was gone with her dad for pretty much the whole month of December. She came home for Christmas and stayed. I had her Christmas and New Year's, which was really good to have all my kids, you know, together under one roof. The holidays came, and I felt like I really couldn't enjoy them how I wanted to enjoy them, because I had a newborn that I had to see to. And I didn't feel like it was fair that, not even with the holidays, just life in general, that his dad, you're just out living life carefree as always, as you were before. I mean, as when I was pregnant, you didn't have any trials or tribulations. Like, you got to go when you wanted to go. You got to leave when you wanted to leave. You got to pee, eat, shower when you wanted to. But me, on the other hand, have to make sure my baby is good. Have to make sure my baby is asleep. At least sleep enough for me to go take a 5-minute shower, or me to eat really quickly. Or, you get what I'm saying? And that just made me sink into a deeper depression, because it's like, dang, I've never been in the newborn stage by myself. I've always had somebody there with me. With AJ, it was my ex-husband. With Kendall, it was her dad. And that really just sunk me into a deeper depression, where I was almost off of the dive in. My kids are always my saving grace, to be honest. Like, they are. With that being said, back to the stresses of my pregnancy. As I told y'all, my baby was a low birth weight baby, even though I carried him to term. And my placenta ended up being, one of the vessels ended up being blocked, and my baby wasn't getting the nutrients that he was supposed to have, and that made him low birth. Like, he wasn't as big as he was supposed to be. But then he also, his thyroid gene was excessive, and I've learned that the stresses of my pregnancy could have led to that as well. I was stressed out with Kendall, but not to the degree that I was with my last baby. Because even though I was stressed out with Kendall, like we were still kind of sort of in the midst. You know, I'm not even gonna lie, I was young, and I'm not even gonna say young. I was in love with Kendall's dad, and that pretty much overruled anything. So although I was stressed, I was not to this level of stress when I was with my last baby. I like my last baby, I was only getting out of bed just to go to work and come back home. Like I did nothing with my last baby, to be honest. And it just kind of pulled me into this dark hole that I had to fight. Literally had to fight, and I'm still fighting to stay up out of that dark hole. But yeah, we are here. My baby is currently with his dad for the night. I had to fuss, you know, just for him to start getting him overnight. And he had him one night overnight, and he was like, "When can I bring him back? I'm bringing him back at such and such time." And it's like, dang, so I don't even get 24 hours to myself. It's like, and you don't even have other kids you have to tend to like I do 24/7. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was really feeling like his dad wasn't like contributing. Like, you don't contribute financially. I do everything financially to this day. Still from day one, I've done everything financially. And it's like, so I do pump, but my baby is eating almost 4.5, 5 ounces, and I'm only pumping like 3 ounces per session. So in 2 sessions, I'll make 1 full bottle and a little bit, you know, left over. So I'm having to supplement sometimes with formula, and it's like formula not only being scarce, but as much as it is, like you don't even, you know, contribute to that. Now I've learned that I'm not going to weigh in on the things that I can't control. If I'm able to afford it, I'm going to buy it because my baby needs it. You know what I'm saying? But my main thing is don't just get my baby for a couple hours and post them on social media, and then you have everybody thinking you're just this awesome dad. Now, I'm not taking anything away from you, but I feel like the first couple times that's all you were. Like, I've had to physically make you keep him more than a day, and you just kept him more than a day this past weekend. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why do I have to not be able to do anything or plan anything because you're going to give him right back? And then it's like, I never know when you're going to get him. You just randomly be like, "Hey, can I get the baby?" You know what I'm saying? And of course I'm going to say, yeah, because I need the break. Like, I literally have no break. But then you get my baby and you take him to your mama house. Like, what? That makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, so honestly, y'all, like, I am literally fighting to this day for my peace of mind when it comes to that situation. I'm currently, like, journaling more. I am in the throes of doing me an affirmation wall, which I'm going to take y'all with me along that journey. I'm currently in the throes of doing me a vision board, which I'm going to take y'all along with me on that journey as well. I'm just trying to not only be able to speak positive in my life, but see positive in my life when I know I'm fixing to head down in the tunnel that I don't want to be in. Because I love my life, I love my kids, and I don't want anything to just push me over the edge where I just feel like, you know, everything and everybody is better off if I'm not, you know, here. And I don't want to do that. You know, I've had my issues with that before, and I battled that heavy, but now I feel like I'm in a better space where I'm able to conquer it once again. I have not gotten to that point, but I've been to the bottom. Okay, I haven't been to the bottom, to the lowest of the bottom, but I've been to the bottom. So And right now, I just want to stay above ground, literally. um, so yeah, that's everything I had wrote out. If y'all have any questions or anything, leave them down below. Like I said in the first video when I came back, if y'all want to keep up with the latest of everything that I have going on, I suggest y'all especially follow me on Snapchat and Instagram. I don't post a lot on Instagram, but I post my stories a lot on Instagram. I post a lot on Snapchat these days. So yeah, if y'all just want to keep up, follow me on both of those. They are linked in the description bar below. And yeah, y'all, I will see y'all in the next video, where it's not gonna be so sad and so monotone. We're gonna be amped up. We're gonna be, you know, getting it. But I did want to go ahead and film these videos since I have the time, and get them out to you all, because I miss y'all. I miss being able to talk and talk about my feelings and stuff like that. But anyway, let me stop rambling. I gotta go pump soon. But I will see y'all in the next video. I hope y'all enjoyed this little TikTok. And I'll see y'all in the next one.